Let's see where we are. Hulk Hogan. Yeah, Hulk Hogan. Mic check, mic check. Still a little bit of clipping. Oh, snap, we sound great. That's amazing. We sound great. All right, y'all, just let me know. Hey, listen, we're back at it. We're back at it. Wow. Now I'm just all by myself, just with my thoughts. Yeah, very interesting. Let's see what we sound like over on this side. Okay, we got a little bit of clipping over there on YouTube, but also we got double the sound. So we got to figure that one out. For now, I guess we can mute this guy here. Or what if we just hold this one down? This is a test, but also feel free to call in. If you disagree, go ahead and call on in to the place here where we are. The 202 999 3055. We'll have a little baity bait. Hmm? You ever thought about that? You ever thought about having a little baity bait? You ever consider possibly having a little debatatosis going on here? You disagree, Master Aaron? Well, that's silly. If you disagree, you should call in. Now get ready for a big echo here. Yeah, it's really clippy over on YouTube. Huh. A little crunchy over here too? Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder why. Turn down my sample rate. Volume super low. Can't hear me. Well, that's annoying. The new plan Jeff was talking about. Call. Um. Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. Uh. I will say Jeff kind of lit a fire under me. Under me. But yeah, we're live over on YouTube. We're live here on TikTok. We're dual streaming. We're taking callers. It looks nice over here. Cool. The crackling comes and goes, and I'm super low. I don't know what to do about that. It's choppy over here. I've tried so hard and I've gotten so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter, does it? Let's see if we can free up some RAM. Maybe that's the problem, huh? You know what I mean? Yeah, so listen, again, if you disagree, go ahead and call in 202 999 3055. We can have this debate. I'm actually kind of trying to prove a point too. You know what I mean? I'm trying to prove that TikTok is the only way to go. I want Jeff to be so severely wrong, and he'll be like, he'll come to me and say, "Solid, I'm so sorry." Solid, I'm solid. I'm so sorry. I was wrong about this dual streaming thing. We're never gonna blow up. We're never gonna be the front and foremost streamers on all of the internet. And Solid, you were right in all of your pessimistic nihilism. I just think that You say what? Oh, you just turned the volume up. Ah, okay. All right. I can't hear you at all because my volume was low. Over here on YouTube, apparently the volume is extremely low on everyone's phone. On TikTok, I suppose I am. I think I'm crackling everywhere. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a crackler. I'm a crackler. Just by nature, it's been always been something I've been dabbling in is crackling. Y'all eating cereal? W cereal on TikTok. Yeah, yeah. Don't act like you've never crackled. Okay. Don't 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 act like you've never crackled. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah. Think deep down we're all cracklers. Oh, okay. So real quick, shout out to everybody over here on the Ubity Tubity. Let's see who we got over here. We got Manders, W Josh, um, W Tiki, Takia. Oh shit! Why you? Why? Hold on. Let me turn this out of the way. Oh, now I can see there's no glare on my screen. Okay. Please, if you're here watching Solid, Solid should have as many likes as viewers. Okay, so on the Ubity Tubity, apparently I'm supposed to have the same amount of likes as I do viewers. I got 9, so I'm all the way up. Hmm? I'm all the way up. It's giving Transformer. I'm a little bit of an Autobot. Yeah. Every once in a while, I turn into a broken down Volkswagen Beetle. You can't really hear me? Oh, that's a bummer, man. Decepticons are better. Hey, yo, chill out. Calm down. Calm down. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna, against my better judgment, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the volume up. All right. How about now? Can you hear me over on the YouTube now? I was really worried about that. Cassie says I'm loud and wrong. Cassie, you're welcome to call the number to debate me on this 202-999-3055. But I gotta be honest, man. I don't think you'll do as good a job as anyone else. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the majority of people who disagree with me are any good at this. Not gonna hold you. I'm literally black. You're wrong. No, I'm not wrong. But I don't argue with the comments though. So you're gonna have to call in. Everybody, what? Yo, I don't know what it is today. I must be on different FYPs. So, listen, to the Ubity Tubity, go ahead and do all the things, okay? I just realized I can't reset the live goal. Interesting. Mic is staticky. Yeah, I'm noticing that. Yeah, yes, the sound is crackling. I'm aware. Yeah, see, sometimes it crackles, sometimes it don't. Let's do a little test, a little sample. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a little crackle. But you know what? Till we figure out what's going on or how to fix it, I've done tons and tons of research and none of it turns up anything. So, so until we figure out how to fix it, I guess I'm just gonna tolerate it, or I'm just gonna go back to TikTok Studio. Hey, over on the UBD Tubity W, y'all. Let me see here. I can kind of hear you a little better. Let's see. The Mighty Pin, WU, Tiffany Michelle, WU, Lost Burgess, WU, the Spitfire Dragon, W, y'all for tuning in over here. Y'all are the shit. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let me see. Over here on the Tickety Tockety, y'all stank. Over here on TikTok, I don't like your face. Yeah, how you feel about that? Yeah. So there's that. There's that. Except for my mods though. W Mia, W Frolic. No, so on TikTok, I'm specifically talking to the ops. It's specifically the ops. The ops are trash. The ops are dog water. That's all. You know the ones they pop in real quick and then they talk shit and then they dip out. Those are the ones I'm talking to. The ones that are too afraid to call the phone number. The ones that are too afraid to call into the show. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Bunch of them in the comments. All right, we got a caller here. Let's see what happens. Yes, hello.
Yo, what's up, man?
Chilling. Having debates.
So I see the proposition
Uh huh.
that black people can be racist.
That's
I would
what
like
it
to
says.
inquire on that.
Say it again.
I would like to inquire on that.
Okay, por qué? Do you believe that black
Um,
people can be racist?
I'm agnostic actually. I'm leaning towards not, but
Okay, so you don't know either way.
no, I'm just aware of the faculties in which racism was exempt from. So
So you're cognizant of how racism began. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, Gomez de Zerara, yeah, from Portugal, the Europeans. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work with you here. What changed Desirara's model of racism?
See, several things changed there. One was the white man's burden. Another one was Eurocentric standards of individuals, in which changed from wanting to benefit not only off of labor but all both slave labor and race in terms of pseudoscience, but also wanting to build economic stature. By having to build their economic stature, they were able to gain power and colonize other places. I don't know how this model of thinking is the type of thing in which would then develop the idea, but
So
I'm glad to hear it if I could.
I'm less concerned with it being a model of thinking and more concerned with how it has become social organization, right?
Okay.
Where race
Yeah.
acts as a hierarchical social structure with a function in society of creating vulnerable classes of people that are easier to feed into free and cheap labor forces.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hierarchical, the dominant race, the dominant racial group, being white people, with their majority of control over resources and monopoly on violence, have rendered racism a literal way of permeating everybody's socialization process. And so when we see racial animus coming from people from oppressed groups or marginalized groups, instead of that being racism itself, it's either a reaction to racism, right, or an attempt to assimilate into white supremacy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I see where the idea is.
yeah.
Okay, I can agree. I can agree.
Hey man, WU for being well versed, for having read some shit.
Yeah. Question on another end. Do you think that individuals in which I'm not white myself, I'm black. Do you think that individuals in which, let's say, you perpetuating responses to racism, like everyone should love everyone, or we should push for peace, and black people responding to racism with quote unquote racism or fire. Do you think that's the type of thing which pushes white supremacy, or maybe even telling marginalized groups of people to stay quiet about the things which are important to them?
So I don't think interracial solidarity is a bad thing. Personally, I'm a Pan Africanist and I subscribe to some Afro pessimist ideals, but I don't think that. I think that class solidarity, I think interracial solidarity is super duper important because of the way society's structured.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, everybody coming together is a thing, is a worthy goal. I think that colorblind racism, however, I think that the idea of interracial solidarity is ends up being co-opted with colorblind racism, right? Where they weaponize Martin Luther King, judge people by the content of their character. I don't see race. Stop talking about race. I think that becomes a way to perpetuate white supremacy.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I can. I'm not
Wait, my
so
mic is
far
off.
as. Hmm?
My mic is off. Wait, hold on. Mia, did you mean crackling or did you mean off? Can y'all hear me? Hold on real quick. Let me do a real quick check in. TikTok, can you hear me? And Ubity Tubity, can you hear me? Okay, crackling. Okay. Yeah, it's crackling, y'all. I will figure that out. You can hear the guest
Um.
here? Oh, you can't hear the guest over on YouTube. But why, bruh? It
Yeah, I've
makes me
been watching
angry.
your show for a little minute.
Oh, okay, for sure.
The Pan Africanist view.
Hmm.
I've only read a couple books for literature for that. I might need to study up on that.
Okay.
So far, I mean, some of the ideals I think I follow very well. So far as being pro-black, I don't know how far. Like, I guess what's the word for it? Um, I don't know if my pro-black ideals are the type of thing which match with it, but so far they seem to. So far as the literature in which I've read.
Hmm.
So no. Would you like to inform me on any like
Mic
in-core
check.
structures on how maybe like since you're very knowledgeable on the subject, how do you think that racism, in your own words, like affected the economic structure of America today? Do you think that um, we should still try for the reparations that we are owed, or do you think that these individuals will never, accept the fact that we're the reason why the economy is the way it is today?
One more time. Give me one more. Run that by me one more again.
Yeah, I said if you wouldn't mind me inquiring as to what you think about how Black people built the economic structure of America today. Do you still think that we should fight for our reparations, or do you think that America will never actually accept the fact that we built their economic structure?
Yeah, I think you should do what's pragmatic. I think that if you believe there is an actual likelihood that reparations will be released, will be given, sure. However, I don't see that ever being a thing. I feel like if it were to happen, it would have already happened. Um, yeah,
I mean, at least we have to be harshly honest with ourselves and not
yeah.
continue to do things that individuals will not perpetuate. However, we can build a future for ourselves that is going to be very bright.
I, I
Um,
I would suggest don't just vote, activate.
yeah, of course. Of course. Voting
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
really
what
work
happens is we
in any.
vote and then we stop and then we wait on whoever we voted for to fix everything, and they won't. They will not. They may be slower to devour the working class, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to. Um, Give me a second. But like I'm gonna end. This was a little experiment that I was doing. I need to figure out how to fix this crackling, and something tells me it's either a problem with um, Streamlabs itself, or it's a problem with my processor.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll also be watching.
All right, but I'm gonna come back on the Ubity Tubity. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for the time.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, let's go ahead and. Did he hang up? Okay, he hung up. Nice, bro. That was nice. Nice. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here on both platforms. I just wanted to see what was going on, how much we could hold on to over here. The fact that 120 of you hung out over on TikTok, even though we were getting our crackle on, is amazing. The fact that 14 of you hung out over on YouTube, despite me sounding like bubble wrapping, is amazing. Sounding like tuberculosis. A lot of you won't understand this, but it's Ronkai. Ronkai is a crackling breath sound. I sound like Ronkai. Okay. So I appreciate that. Y'all hang tight. We're